Carmen Sabia from Ghosted Concepts and Cookies and Cream Ice Cream Shop. Thank you for joining me today. Start off with a little bit about yourself, and we'll go from there.
Cool. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm originally from Chicago. Spent some time here in high school and did some traveling after high school, Arizona, back to Chicago. Ended up, ended up coming back here. And then my wife and I decided to get married, and we moved back to Arizona and started it with a company at 25 with Sonic Drive-In.
Okay.
And we built a few restaurants out there. And after that, we came back east. It was a little too hot for her.
Yeah.
She was done. So we decided to come back here to Virginia.
Okay.
And
She from here?
She's from military, but most of her life she spent here.
Okay.
So she calls this home. So
So you came back to Virginia. Did you ever live here before?
yeah, so high school.
Okay.
I came out for a couple of years. Actually, that's where I met her. So when I come back, I would always look her up,
Yeah.
what she was doing. And so I did spend some time out here, about 3 years.
So you knew it was like a good area for, building a business at least.
Well, there was a lot of things that happened prior to that. So when we first moved back, this was about 15 years ago.
Okay.
And then I did some hospitality restaurant running, like your major companies.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then I decided I had enough. I was done.
Okay. Just working for the man sort of a thing?
Yeah, I don't even think it was the man. I think it was corporate.
Yeah.
I think, there's a lot of politics.
Yeah.
And, I'm not one that plays politics. I go to work, I do my job, and if what I do speaks for itself, then utilize my skill set in your company.
Yeah.
If not, then I'm going to go.
Right.
So I, finally had enough. And
What year was this?
this
roughly?
was, I left the last corporate chain restaurant I worked for December 2019.
Okay. Yeah.
I started, from there on, I started Phoenix Hospitality.
Okay.
And that's where basically I wanted to be a restaurant consultant, go help out the mom and pops, go help out any corporation with anything that I my experience, my knowledge, anything that I can help. I wanted to share that.
That's awesome.
And good.
So how'd you come up with the name Ghosted Concepts? So was that the first? So you went into the Phoenix Hospitality. Did you start Ghosted Concepts at the same time?
Soon after that.
Okay.
So I had 3 clients, helping them out for about 3 months, and then COVID hit.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So at the time, I told them close or do takeout. And so I left, and it was one of those things. I was at the time I was not going back.
Right.
I had enough, and so I was like, what am I going to do? And so I started thinking about takeout. A lot of information that I got from the corporate world, like trends and that kind of stuff, was really kind of leaning towards takeout.
Right.
Right.
In general?
In general.
Not just from COVID?
No. So dining sales on a trend last 3 years. I was in 2016 to 2019. It was a slow drop in dine-in and kind of a slow spike up in takeout, if you will.
Yeah.
More so DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats. So knowing that, it was kind of like one of those things where I had to use what I had at the time, and I have a lot of years in restaurants.
Yeah.
So I know food, or I would like to think I know food. So I was like, all right, so we're gonna start a restaurant. I don't know how we're gonna get there, but we're gonna start with a tent. And so I came up with Ghosted Concepts because I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Right.
But what I know I couldn't do was fail. So the branding was crucial.
Yeah.
So by quote unquote ghosting the concepts, I wasn't tied into a specific food. So tacos or burritos or
cheeseburgers,
whatever, right? So by doing that, though, it also I was also able to be very diverse in the menu. So if a menu item came, like barbecue, but there's 9 other barbecue places around me,
Right.
fine. Then that's okay. So it came off the menu and it moved to catering.
Oh, okay.
So if I was a barbecue restaurant, everything would go. Branding, I would have to change everything.
Yeah.
But Ghosted Concepts allows me to go in and out of anything I want to do.
And kind of have fun.
And have a lot of fun.
Yeah. So you can actually test the market, test the, do people like, oh, they like this mac and cheese that I didn't know they were going to like or something.
Right.
Is there like one particular thing that's like the number one seller, or are you always kind of changing the menu?
So no, we have a constant menu, but we do have specials.
Yeah.
All right. So I would say hands down the spicy chicken jack deluxe sandwich.
Okay.
That one, it's been voted runner-up 2 years in a row, best chicken sandwich in Nova.
Okay.
Which is, I know it's runner-up, but hey, like there's
there's thousands of them around here.
there's a lot of chicken sandwiches being sold, and we were told about that. Like I had even no idea like there was even a vote going on. So, I'm like we're pretty proud of that.
Awesome.
So the chicken sandwich itself, we started out with a thigh.
Oh, okay.
So
that's different.
That was very different. No one's doing a thigh. It's, in my opinion, it's the best part of the chicken. It has more protein. It has more vitamins. Like it's actually a better piece of chicken in general.
Juicier, usually.
It's juicier, and no one's doing it. Like Popeyes, like no one thought of it.
Yeah.
So we rolled with a thigh, and it kind of separated us. It was a little different, and like. It's not for everybody, and that's fair. We have a white meat option as well, but the thigh is a special sandwich. It's kind of you can't get it anywhere.
So that's like the number one thing that people go there for.
Well, it's the tenders technically.
Yeah.
So the tenders, all right, it's the number one seller, hands down. And there's a lot of places selling tenders.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of places that are giving value.
Okay.
So I think Ghosted outside of flavor, I think we own value. I think you get what you pay for, and I think we're trying to feed people.
Okay.
I'm not trying to skimp. I'm trying to feed families, and I'm trying to have you have a great experience with food.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So you were in other restaurants and stuff, but so this was something you came from COVID. You just kind of made it up. So what envisioned it and everything. Were you on DoorDash and Grubhub and all those things? Is that how you kind of got known? So
my daughters and I, wife did the back of house, kind of the marketing, the social media, and my daughters and I, like we hit the street. We went to wineries, breweries, start for the first few months, and where I was renting at, they had a full line, and no one was ever using it. So I went to the owner and I was like, "Hey man, can I use the line?" He was like, "Yeah." So I was like, "Cool." So we, from that point, it was like January 2021 is kind of where we kind of launched the actual, we came inside, it was cold, man. I was done. We came inside in January and we launched pickup and takeout and delivery. Yeah. And we needed that. So, when you talk about third party, I'm probably the only person that's going to advocate for them.
Okay.
For multiple reasons, but the biggest I was able to get to customers that would not even know that I'm there.
I think that's where I first heard about you.
Yeah.
Because, when COVID happened, we were door dashing every weekend, and so like, oh, who's this Ghosted Concept? It's a local place, it's not a chain because a lot of, everything is a lot of chains around here. But that's cool but that kind of took off for you or that helped give you visibility.
Yeah. So I think that alone and then one guest at a time. Like we used to run food out to so you'd place your order. I was in the hardest spot you could find.
Where were you located?
So I was in the back of this old school that got turned into like there's a brewery there. Cookies and Cream is there.
Yeah.
Travai's there. Xander's is there. So there's just like the little collective of a group of businesses that do well in this little niche that we have.
Yeah.
But I was in the backside when I started. So it was the prep kitchen, And like there's no sign. Like I hung a sign on the wall, talked to the owner of the property. I'm like, hey, can I hang a sign? He's like, yeah, go ahead. So I hang this banner up, and then people would they would have instructions when you ordered, and they would come around the school and they would call and we would run it out. So I think it was built on one guest at a time. Okay. Like I was like, hey, have a great day, whatever. We also had a lot of community help though, so there was quite a few people across the street that would post our social media.
Okay.
So they like at first, like I said, when I first got there, I was in a tent. It was a red tent. They actually thought I was Red Cross. Like I have sausage and barbecue, and they're like, I thought you were
coming to
taking
donate
blood. I'm like, no, I need you guys to come eat because
Yeah.
I've been out here all day. So they were very gracious and did that, and it was slowly but surely, it's like one after another. So we did that strong for about a year and a half. We got some recognition. We kind of got community known, if you will.
Yeah.
And it was kind of one of those secret, like the hole in the wall. Like everybody wants to go to the hole in the wall, right? Because good food or stuff. So we were literally that place. And about a year and a half in, the owner of the kitchen came and said, look, like, we're going to need it back sooner than later. So I was like, fair. Like, the guy was gracious enough to extend that olive branch to get me started. Like, but it did throw a curveball because we're ringing, like we're open and orders are ringing. So
right. And how long would you have to transition to a new place?
Yeah. So I went everywhere. I knocked on every restaurant door in Haymarket. I touched a couple in Gainesville as well, and nothing. And then I went over to Cookies and Cream, and the previous owners are well known. So I thought maybe they knew somebody that that they knew. So I went over there and talked to them, and they were like, well, we might be.
Oh.
And I said, oh, well, I can make this work.
Yeah.
So anyway, we started talking, and then I got the ownership that is in charge of the property, and they got involved, and it was a win-win for everybody.
Did they have space for a full kitchen?
No. So like to this day, even though the second one's almost there in Manassas, we're still hitting on it differently than most. So what I was able to do once we bought Cookies and Cream is we kept Cookies and Cream alone because it's iconic in the town.
Yeah.
It was one of those things at that time it wasn't the right thing to do. But I got a food truck, if you will, or a food trailer, and I got a mobile license.
Okay.
So at that point, I was able to combine the two.
Oh, okay.
So I kept the ice cream the same. You come around and pick up the food back door, and everything's legit. We use our food trailer just for the actual cooking, and then everything else gets finished inside.
Okay.
So we make it, we wrap it, everything's done. So it's like literally an attachment to the building,
right?
Kitchen, and then we have it. So I haven't went down that road to put another kitchen inside there. That's something that's on the radar. But like I said, we have a second location opening in Manassas here soon.
Right.
So that's kind of priority, and then we'll circle back to the Cookies and Cream.
Do the people still own the building?
So the people that own the property own the building.
Okay.
So
but they would let you renovate if it's going to increase the property value?
Absolutely.
That's cool. That's cool. So you said you have diverse stuff. Is it mostly like American food?
Yeah, I think right now, the bigger, like when we first started in the kitchen, if you will, we had pasta.
Okay.
So like we started traveling, and that's what Ghosted is. It's really kind of just it's all the food that you want to have, but you can't get it from most places.
Right.
So like if you go order from a steakhouse, chances are you're going to get steak, prime rib, something along the line. Some of the kids might get tenders, okay, whatever. But with us, the vision is to be able to cross over everybody in the house, so they don't have to like sacrifice or just get whatever.
Right.
So like our vegetarian, like people that get our vegetarian is like, they're like, it's the best vegetarian I've ever had in my life.
Oh.
So like we go out of our way to make sure that we're doing stuff right. So we clean all of our chicken. We make all of our sauces in-house.
Okay, nice.
There's certain things we get in, but we get it from U.S. Foods. We get it from Savile. We get it from places where I can get really good lobster meat. Where I'm not going out getting it myself.
Yeah,
but
we're not in Maine.
But where can I outsource the best possible?
Right.
To give people that are ordering a lobster roll from us the best lobster roll they've ever
Oh,
had.
I didn't know you had lobster roll.
So we do those on the weekend.
Okay.
It's one of those things. It's like we do Connecticut style during the winter months, and we do the Maine style during the spring and summer. So we just kicked in the Connecticut. So
what's the difference?
So one's warm. So the Connecticut's on a
that's what I like.
Yeah, the toasted bun. We do put lettuce in ours though, but then we cook our lobster in butter, and then we just top it off.
Nice.
It's a great portion. It's going to be market price, probably a little bit less than you'd probably get at like Ford's. But our dynamic's a little different.
Right.
So like inside the actual restaurant, that's what makes it different. So by doing takeout and not having to front a house,
right,
there's a huge part that you can focus on where you didn't have that luxury before.
Right.
So I don't have servers, I don't have bussers, we don't have bars. So those are less things that the chef, if you will, has to worry about.
Right.
It's a chef-driven company that specializes in takeout.
Okay.
So I'm trying to give chefs or people, my ideal candidate is that line cook that's been behind the line at Outback for 10 years.
Tired of making the same thing?
Well, no, he's the best person in the place, but they won't give him out because he's too valuable on the line.
Oh, okay.
That's the guy I want.
Yeah.
I want to bring that guy in and give him a restaurant, and then he can do something with himself.
Right.
So there's hidden gems in all these restaurants. Anywhere you go, there's going to be 1, 2, possibly 3 really rock stars. But how long have they been there? Are they getting opportunities to grow?
Right.
Are they getting opportunities to do something for the family? Ghosty Concepts is a 3, 4, maybe 5-man team. And you could pump out a lot of takeout with just those few people.
Right.
So there's a lot of positive to it, and there's a lot of downside as well. So I don't have that foot traffic every day. If you're not online, you might not order. If you don't know about us, you might not see us.
Yeah.
But where we're going with this concept, it's strictly takeout.
Everything's always going to be takeout.
Ghosted will be takeout.
Okay.
If I decide to do something else, a sit down or whatever, fine. But I think the tech's coming with.
Right.
I don't want the whole bunch of people. Like, I was at a convention one time at for one of the corporate restaurants that I worked at, and they had a guest speaker, and one thing that kind of was kind of cool that he said was the general manager should be the mayor of the dining room.
Okay.
Okay, so a lot of places you have a head chef making a lot of money, and you have the general manager making a lot of money, and they're looking at each other within a 3-foot section of the restaurant all night long, because one's pushing the food out and the other one's pulling the food in.
Yeah.
Right. So if we're going to do anything different, then it has to be different. Right. So I don't need the 2 most expensive people in the restaurant looking at each other all night. I need the guy running the floor. And what I mean by that is you don't see it anywhere. Find me a restaurant that you have a manager on the floor working the floor. People go out to dine.
Yeah.
And, my wife and I go out sometimes, and I see kind of mediocrity everywhere I go. It's like there's like no passion.
Right.
Right. So
just a job.
It's just a job. But you're going there, you're spending money. Costs are going up. You're spending more money. Where's the value? Right. So if we did something, that woman's got to be special.
Right.
Like they got to own it. They got to know it. They got to leave the chef alone. That's why you have the chef.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? You're back there talking about you need food in 10 minutes. You think he's holding stuff purposely? Trust me, he's not. He wants to get the stuff out as fast as he can. But, it's those dynamics. You see it everywhere. Like I challenge any restaurant out there to prove me wrong.
So were you a chef before, or
Not by trade.
okay?
I ran restaurants for
Okay.
30 years.
And you understand flavors because you've been in a bunch of different ones.
But I always tend to go in the back. So I wasn't the one of those guys, because I like the dining room just as much as the kitchen, but I have a passion for food. So although I didn't go to school to be a chef, the background I have is like a little bit different than most.
Yeah.
So it's on the job training. I've been all over the map when it comes to food. Italian, seafood, steaks, Asian. So I come with all kinds of different things that I've been taught over the years. So it's kind of cool because then you get to showcase all that,
Right.
in some level. Now the ghosted concepts in Haymarket, we have a huge menu, I would say, but it's not necessarily where we want to go totally. I want to do some more entrees, like steak dinners, like fish dinners, like stuff like that. Although we're strong in catering too, because we also offer the catering part of it.
Yeah. How much of that does it make of the business?
I'd say 10%.
Okay.
Everything else is pretty much online, and I would say I'd say you're looking at a good 60-40 split, 60 takeout, 40 pickup.
Okay.
So some days could probably be weather days could be a little bit different. Could shift takeout a little bit more, but for the most part, it's a good mixture.
Yeah.
And if you don't mind, if I can go back to the third party,
Yeah.
because I hear this a lot. The 30%, right? So, I totally get it. But people got to understand, though, you gotta spend that money sometimes, and you want to spend money chasing dollars with pennies, or you want to chase them with dollars. And the 30% gets me a little bit different. So you take a full service restaurant when you have about 10 people standing around, and you're bringing DoorDash in. None of them can take an order on a car.
Yeah.
So that doesn't make sense there. But for me, someone that is starting out that needs to be in front of somebody, I don't have to pay insurance. I don't have to pay them. Yeah, I pay them through the third party, but I don't have to pay them directly. I don't have to listen to them not coming in work.
Right.
I don't have to listen to, I don't have a car today.
Yeah.
Though that's a relief.
Yeah.
At that point, you raise your prices a little bit more on the third party. Yeah, you're going to pay them a little bit more, but at the end of the day, it's what do I need for this item, and then the rest is just kind of just whatever.
Work the numbers out.
So I'm not going against DoorDash unless there's a company that can come out, family based, that can cover what DoorDash does.
Right.
But pretty much DoorDash is going to pretty much run this.
And that's, we used Grubhub back in the day, but DoorDash is where we go for everything. Sometimes Uber Eats, but, pretty much DoorDash has been a staple of this house for, 4 or 5 years, since COVID, really. But there's places that we've tried, and the only reason I know about them is because they're on there.
Right.
And I'm looking for what's within a 30-minute, what's going to get to me in 30 minutes. And, there's places that we've tried that are great, but that gives you, it's like free marketing, sort of, if people are looking for somewhere quick that they haven't tried, that's not McDonald's or Chick-fil-A or whatever, it gives them that, gives you the visibility. So that's it's sort of marketing a little bit too, that they're giving you.
Yeah. And, I would say it's 100% marketing when you do your job right. So for instance, like, we take a lot of pride in what we do. Like, we don't just show up and do a job. Like, orders come in, we're talking, we're even like new employees come in, we're coaching, we're always being on top of what we need to. But if you do a good job, they put you as like a most loved, right? So that helps because you get placed higher up. So there is an emphasis on what we do. We can't forget stuff. And a lot of places do. We do. It's one of those things where you don't know if it's us, the DoorDash driver, he leaves a drink in the car. Like, you don't really know. But at the end of the day, what we can do is we can do the best we can and utilize that the best we can. But if we do our jobs, if we just do our jobs, then we get most loved, and then we get higher up. So I think we have a great reputation on DoorDash. We have a lot of reviews, and our reviews are pretty good. We're not perfect. We do make mistakes, but a lot of times we will call the guest prior.
Okay.
So if we make a mistake and we know we did, we are doing everything we can to get a hold of that guest to let them know, hey, there's some options here. Can we bring it out?
Oh, that's nice.
What can we do to, like, it's our fault.
Right.
We're sorry. Now, if we think the order goes out and we miss something, that what I'm saying, that could fall on a driver. But
Yeah.
like, we really try to go out of our way for that customer service.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if companies are doing that.
I don't think so. I usually have to like go and yell at DoorDash if something was. We ordered something the other week and it was missing my entire sandwich, so I had to spend 2 hours on DoorDash trying to get my money back. But
Yep.
you know, that company wasn't calling me saying, I know we didn't put it in the bag.
Yeah. And, you know, not every time we do. You know, sometimes we don't even see it and we're like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. But like we genuinely care. And I think that's what kind of separates us from a lot of people. I think people know that. I think they could taste it.
Well, integrity in business is hard to come by these days a lot,
Right.
you know, so having a local business have integrity is going to make people support you that much more. So is this your first entrepreneurial thing?
No.
You had some stuff in Arizona?
I did. Okay. So I worked for Sonic Drive-In, the Merritt Group.
Yeah.
Bobby Merritt was probably one of the, I would say, professionally, probably one of the biggest influences in my career. And I've had many. This was the good kind too, because I've had a lot of ones that were bad, and they taught me a lot what not to do.
Right.
But this guy in particular, you know, he kind of laid it all out, and I was like, well, if he could do it, I could do it. So I ran, and I was a district manager, and we opened up a bunch of Sonics. I did that for like 5 years, and I literally thought I can do it. So I left a very secure and very I left a family is what I left to try to do something.
Right.
And I had no idea what I was doing. So at the end of the day, none. I knew how to run a restaurant, if you will, somewhat, I guess, at the time. But I had no idea what it took to open up a restaurant. Right? So I did it, and right when we opened up, the economy crashed.
Yeah.
So I was already behind, and not knowing it took me too long.
Like
to
2008, 9?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Right in there.
Yeah.
I was behind on how long it took to open, and then we started training, and then the rent was there, and then everything was not good. So I learned a lot from that.
Yeah.
So that's, I guess, why I started in a tent. I said,
make
could
sure you got money coming in
Right.
first, and not too much overhead. And I mean, it makes sense why, you know, and not making it takeout focus where it really is like you're just doing the service of making the food.
Yeah.
You know.
So although I thought I knew stuff, I learned a lot. And, I did end up going back after we closed that up, and they extended open arms to me.
Oh, wow.
And, I don't regret anything I've ever done in my life. Nothing. Because everything I've done, at one point, you've learned from it.
Yeah.
Something. Like,
As long as you have the right attitude.
when I lost my first restaurant, I thought my world was ending. We were pretty good. We had a couple houses. Like, we lost everything. We lost every materialistic thing. But I'll tell you what, that really kind of opened up some things for me, right?
Okay.
So it was more so, it wasn't about keeping up with the Joneses anymore. Because when you lose all that, you're like,
Right.
well, like, what was I doing anyway?
Yeah.
I was trying to do the right thing, but I think I could have did things better. And, growing up, learning stuff, like, you don't have a book.
Yeah.
You have to learn, and you have to go through trials, and you have to learn from those. So going through that, getting back to what I said, I don't regret anything, but I do miss that company.
Okay.
If anything, after it's all said and done, I could have stayed there and did what I'm doing here on the level of success.
Yeah.
But it's not there, and this is here, and I think we're doing a pretty good job.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome. Well, I mean, failure's often it's not fun. in the moment, but it teaches you a lot. And if you apply, and I'm not going to do that again, it's kind of what you're doing now. It's like, you learn from your mistakes. I mean, starting in a tent is crazy to where you're at now, and you're opening up a new place, shortly, which is great. An actual brick and mortar, Is it a second location? So you're going to have the one in Haymarket and then this?
Yep. So we're keeping Haymarket as is. We're going to probably upgrade that as well. But this will be a second location. So they'll both be live at the same time. And
okay, cool.
Although Haymarket is a little different,
Yeah.
It's kind of unique though. It's kind of like, it's different.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, it's a small town feel there too, but I mean, there's not, one of the things I hate about living here is there's very few non-chain restaurants.
Right.
So it'd be nice to have, something that's not a chain. I mean, mostly it's Chili's and Olive Garden and, Checkers and all that sort of stuff, but there's nothing like unique.
Right.
Really. So it'd be nice to have, good food right down the street for me is always good.
Exactly.
So what is like the branding part that your wife helped with? She did all the design and everything?
So she does marketing and Facebook.
Okay.
So not to take, like, she has other skills and I am not the artist by any stretch of the imagination. However, this design I did do, but it was through trial and error. I asked everybody in the house.
Okay.
What I wanted to do was incorporate a couple things. Number one, so how we're set up, our model is set up to be just a place where people can pick up food, whoever it is, third party or people. So it's a very small scale, if you will. So you don't need a lot of bells and whistles, if you will. So I want to incorporate the ghost part of it, because we are technically somewhat of a ghost kitchen, if you will, right? Yeah. So the ghost behind the scenes, you can kind of see the eyes underneath the hat. I'm from Chicago, so I had to throw the Chicago flag in there.
Okay.
So the stars represent the Chicago flag. Okay. And then the two chef knives kind of say that we can go anywhere.
Okay.
So it's the Asian, it's the American chef knife. It's kind of one of those things where we're not limited. So this chef hat was all kinds of different ways. And then I'd go over with my families. Which one do you like? Which one do you like? So we all
cool.
We all kind of chipped in on the final part of it, but it was during COVID.
Right.
So like all I did was I was in my computer.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
I was, my wife was like, "Yo, you like get off the computer," and I'm like, "There's nothing else we're doing right now."
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
so
be productive.
So I was doing research on 55-gallon drums, food grade that I could turn into smokers. So when I started, like the two smokers I built, like those came with me.
Okay.
So we did barbecue.
Yeah.
So all those things, like you said, I learned from, because in the first time, I went all out.
Right.
Like I had, $20 plates. Each one was $20. Like it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like
what kind of restaurant?
It was an upscale Italian.
Okay.
So like it was open kitchen. It was like the 9 yards, small, but we did everything.
Yeah.
But we weren't ready for it. I wasn't ready for it.
So what do you think like the biggest lessons that you learned from that failure?
I would say, there's a couple, but I think the biggest one that kind of wraps everything up, it's the same thing that when people live outside their means. Don't open a business outside your means.
Yeah.
Because there's always going to be something, if not more things come up.
Yeah.
That you'll have no idea or be ready for.
Right.
And you're going to need to be able to be ready for that. So I would say that. And I would say, don't be afraid to fail. Like, okay, yeah, it sucks. Like, but learn from it, because that's what's going to get you to the next.
Right.
And be quick about it. Like, like football players, like they can't dwell on the loss. Like, you learn from it and move on. Let's go. Like, stop. Like, okay, it sucks. Yeah, okay, it's going to suck tomorrow. So, like, what are you going to do about it?
Right.
So learn the mistakes you do and keep moving.
Yeah.
I think mistakes, like you said earlier, where they're like you learn from them. I think the more mistakes or more trials you go through, the better you are.
Well, if you stack those mistakes and you do learn from them, and you don't have an ego about it.
Right.
It's a big thing. A lot of people like just if they fail, they're just mad at themselves forever instead of being like, well, I'm not going to get anywhere unless I do something about and, fix whatever I did. And you're doing that in practice with Ghosted Concepts. Like, you don't need $20 plates.
Right.
You just need good food.
Just good
and
food.
Customers.
That's it. That's all I need.
Yeah. So yeah, that's awesome. So how do you so do you create the meals, or you come up with the concepts, or you work with your chef and stuff?
Yeah. So originally, like I would say originally, yeah, they were pretty much all mine.
Okay.
Like, Stephanie though has a couple recipes in there. So like her tartar sauce, man, it's so good.
Yeah. I got to try the sauces, man.
Man, the sauces are great. But like Stephanie came up with the tartar sauce. So it's one of those things, we had it at home and I'm like, this is the best tartar sauce on the planet. I'm like, where'd you get this? She goes, I made it. I'm like, cool. No problem. That's going in the menu. So, but the Shack sauce kind of started it.
What's
so
that?
Shack sauce is our fry sauce, if you will, served with our tenders. That's kind of like one of those things where I had a woman once tell me she wanted to swim in it. I told her, look, you buy enough for your tub, and you can be swimming tonight. Yeah. So I think that the Shack sauce is kind of, it kind of stands on its own. You can put it really on anything, and I do recommend people that do get a sandwich, get the Shack sauce or get a sauce and pour it over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff going on anyway, but it doesn't matter. As long as you have some
I'm
napkins.
a fan of sauces.
I am too.
The more the merrier.
Just get it. Like, people too worried about, like, oh, I don't want to be messy. Try being messy eating. You might like food better.
Yeah, I'm friends with Scott Webster at Hog Shack.
Yeah.
And he makes all his sauces too. And like, one of my favorite things about eating there is trying all the different sauces, like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and especially doing it in house. It's not like you're just doing, ketchup and mustard. You're making your own stuff that's unique. Have you thought about like bottling it or something? People are going to bathe in it.
I know. So I thought about it. And Scott's a great guy.
Yeah, great.
Scott's a really cool guy. Scott and I bounce some ideas every now and then off each other. And, I used to see him at US Foods doing will calls and stuff. So, we have this kind of cool little friendship. And but I totally enjoy seeing him when I do. But the Shack sauce, the ranch is really good, and the honey mustard, barbecue sauce, it's a staple. We started out with that, so Shack sauce and barbecue is kind of where we started. But
what is the Shack sauce anyway?
So it's like a fry sauce. It's a mayonnaise based.
Okay.
And I know it's a mayonnaise based ketchup mustard, if you will.
Okay.
There's some other things. Yeah. There's some other things in there, but
well, you can't give it away. But
no, you can't give it away. But again, there's a lot of restaurants just buying it in a bottle.
Right.
I think a lot of stuff, I look back at even this experience. There's certain things I used to get, and now it's just easier to buy, but you have to have time.
Yeah.
Like when we first started out, it was just me pretty much during the day.
Right.
I had my daughters come in at close and after school and stuff or whatever and help me through dinner, but like a lot was that. Now, most of the stuff that we do in-house, it's spread out now. So I have two chefs now.
Cool.
One that Ben, he's fantastic. He's been with me the longest right now outside my kids. And he's a little different than your normal young adult. Like he comes with a huge amount of just self-pride. Like he does good work.
Yeah.
Like he really does a great job that it's noticeable. And and he's consistent, and he brings a different value to the business. He just gets it right. And then Joe, who's been there the second longest, he's someone that's coming up. He's young. He's a little bit younger than Ben, but again, man, like every month he improves, and they do share like any ideas that they want to do. They're more than welcome to. So Joe's got an aioli on a sandwich that he created, the steakhouse sandwich. it's
I think that freedom, like to be able to do that when you're younger, if you're just cooking at Chili's, you're doing whatever they've decided. But having some freedom to be able to, hey, what have you thought about this? And you're letting them try it. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, Ghosted is for the chefs. I want a chef. I want someone that wants to do this and that loves food and loves to be in the kitchen and wants to do this.
Yeah.
I want to be able to offer something unique for somebody to be able to be creative, but then still have some core things that keep you going.
Right.
Right. So, but like just really great guys, man. I can't say enough about them.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's cool. It's a family thing too, and they were like really behind you when starting in a tent.
Well, yeah.
Instead of forcing you to go get a day job or whatever it is.
You're right. My wife says at that point, "What do you have to lose?"
Yeah.
So I could have probably went anywhere. There would be a restaurant that would pick me up.
Right.
So like if I had to, but no, it was one of those things where I was not. So the economy crash and now COVID.
Yeah.
So I'm like I'm not doing this again.
Yeah.
So we put Phoenix Hospitality on hold, although it's still there. So if someone wants to call me up, talk restaurants, let's talk. But I put that on hold to create a takeout restaurant.
Yeah.
And will I get back to that? Hopefully. I don't know where the next turn is going to take me, but
yeah, one step at a time.
One step at a time. And right now we're doing this, and who knows what the future holds.
Yeah. So with the ice cream shop, how did that transition happen? Just made sense that you were already there and they were saying they're wanting to get out at some point?
Yeah. So I think, I have ice cream experience with Sonic.
Yeah.
So like I know ice cream, maybe not scoop ice cream as much,
right.
But once you get it out, it's on a brownie, it's in a cookie, it's in a shake, wherever. So it's just different. We kept their main brand that they had, Giffords. And I had a fight for that ice cream, man.
Really?
Big time. Their plant had a fire, and so they were out of a lot of flavors for like a year. And so getting that product, I had to go through different people to try to get it through another company because the company that I was getting it from just wasn't getting it. I had a couple of Giffords reps drive product down.
Oh, wow.
So it's one of those things. So Cookies and Cream is a very special place in Haymarket.
How long has it been there? The original?
It's 2016, okay. And they've won they and we have won best ice cream every year in that town.
Oh wow!
Haymarket, Gainesville. So, it's a cute thing. I have people that have a lot of memories of that place. I have a woman who came in recently and said, "Oh my gosh, the chair's still there." I'm like, I'm sorry, the bench. I'm like, yeah, the bench is still here. She goes, she met her husband on that bench. That was first date.
Oh, wow.
So it's ice cream shops aren't the most profitable business in the world, but when you tie food in, it kind of helps.
Yeah.
But Cookies and Cream is very unique and very special. And I think, again, we don't cut corners there. We're going to give you the best ice cream we can get. You get the best cookies. You get the best product. We're not skipping on anything. Yeah. So you're going to get value there as well.
Has it been different, running that type of business, or
no
same sort of thing?
So it's basically cut in half. Ice cream's on one side, the restaurant's on the other side. Do they cross over? Sure, at times, but it's not a summertime. Cookies and Cream is rocking.
Yeah,
Ghosted can be as well, but it's we just run them as one.
Right.
So the uniforms. Although they say Cookies and Cream on the back, it says Ghosted.
Okay.
So we kind of tie into all that. But it is if you're coming inside to pick up Ghosted in Haymarket, you're gonna walk into an ice cream parlor.
Okay.
Which is kind of cool. Some people get ice cream before they go. So
who cares? I mean, it's really it's cool because you're I think you're doing it the right way. Before unless you have a lot of capital and that it's gonna work. Whereas you start off small, you're building to something instead of having all the pressure of when you open a new restaurant. that's a lot scarier. I would
Yeah.
think. You got to hit your numbers.
Yep.
That's a lot scarier.
Yeah, it's the restaurant industry is very, very finicky. And it's very trendy.
Yeah.
So a lot of trends move different matrix and stuff. So it's not the easiest. I wouldn't say it's the funnest either. But like I said, it's a passion for some.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for some though, they would look at it and be like, "You're crazy." Like, what do you?
I've tried to convince my wife's a really good cook, and I've tried to convince her to like start some sort of little farmers market sort of stuff or whatever.
Yep.
She's like, I'm not gonna be able to do anything on the weekends ever. And she's like, okay, well,
Yep.
But still, I mean, she's that good of a cook. I mean, there's a reason we're married, right?
There you go.
going on 9 years at this point.
Nice.
So how do you feel like Haymarket has accepted you guys? Has it increased since you got cookies and cream?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah.
It was a little weird for them when I showed up.
Yeah.
So, but so there's so many stories within the stories. So how did I even get to Haymarket?
Yeah. How did that happen? Let's start there.
So prior to the owner taking over the kitchen I rented, there was a I'm trying to think of the name of the company, but they're still around. But there was a commercial kitchen base, if you will,
Okay.
that rents space. So either way, I found out about this place because it was online. I was looking for a commercial kitchen. Mm-hmm. So when I showed up in Haymarket, I came home and I'm like, man, this is such a cool town. Like, it's a small little town. Like, it's cool. I said, hey, listen, like, if nothing else, if we could just feed them,
yeah,
we'd be all right.
Well, it's such a small town. Like, even though like it goes out to Dominion Valley and stuff, but like
Right.
the people that go into the old town area,
Right.
they've been going there for years.
That's right. So, so the place, I went back 2 weeks later and they were gone.
Oh.
They were gone. So somehow or another, I went to the health department and I got some phone numbers and they guided me to a couple people and one was the new owner of that kitchen. So I was like, cool.
Perfect.
So I talked to him and the rest is history.
Yeah.
So, but I really want Haymarket. There was something about Haymarket and I was like, hey, it's like there's houses surrounding me. Like,
Yeah.
like this is kind of cool. Like it's
not on a 234 strip or whatever.
no.
Yeah.
So like I'm within a community and it's COVID. So it's
Right.
like, hey, like where are you going?
Yeah.
I'm right here. So, so I think, I don't know. I think Haymarket was right for me, but like, I don't know. I showed up, not traditional. Like
Right.
I'm a little scrappy. Like I do things a little, little off, but I get things done. So it's kind of one of those things where I think we grew on each other. And I love the town, the people that work in the town. Like it is a huge community. I know so many business owners in that town. They're all wonderful people.
Yeah.
Like it's a really cool and really kind of your small town, like just friendly and like every town's got probably issues, whatever. I don't get into any of that.
Yeah.
Like I'm going there to cook food.
Yeah.
Like whatever's happening with this person, I really don't care. But the people that I've met or the people that I've dealt with, although some of them maybe not get along, they've all been really very cool and very open and very gracious. So I don't have any problem with anybody.
That's awesome.
In town.
You've collaborated with anyone in the town, like Haymarket Day? You guys do that sort of stuff?
So yeah, like we're part of Haymarket Day. We've been part of Haymarket Day ever since we've been there. But I think the brewery Travai next to us. So when they were building out, they asked us if we even want to sell food in their brewery.
Oh, really?
And I was like, man, that's like really nice of you. Like, absolutely. Because we were on the other side of the building still.
Right.
We didn't even have cookies and cream yet.
And they don't want to have a restaurant.
I don't.
That I can tell.
No, they're brewers. They do have food.
Yeah.
So like whatever they have really good flatbreads and stuff, and they have snack food, and they have other stuff that they do. But like if you want a really good
chicken sandwich,
yeah, or you can get Xander's too. Like they're again, they came in, they can do their own food and kick everybody out. They're not like that, you know? So like they helped us grow as well.
It's not a like, competitive sort of mentality that they have. It's like inclusive.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, you know, I don't think any of us there have that competitive. I think we have a drive as business owners.
Yeah.
Right. So at the end of the day, you know, I'm going to drive my business how I can, but there's that respect. So although Ghosted can do everything, we don't do tacos. We don't do burritos.
Right.
Because out of respect for Zandra's.
Yeah.
You know, but you can bet that Manassas is having burritos and tacos.
Yeah.
So that's one of the lines that we're gonna open up. But yeah, they came to us when they were building, and they were like, "Hey, like, would you guys want to do this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like, thank you." Like they've been since day one. They've all been so gracious, like everyone on there, and I don't know. For me, it's been a different experience. I can't say the rest for everybody there or everybody that talks to everybody there. Like I can only speak for what I can.
Right.
And so far, I don't have any problems.
Yeah. So what's leading you to the Manassas location? Is it just because there is foot traffic inside the market?
So it's a different market. So it's a market that I want to try to see what we can do in a congested area.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So there's a lot of hotels. So we have the catering part. We have the late night. We have the not necessarily like the room service, if you will, but we have that option for all those hotels in that general area.
Yeah.
We do have a foot traffic. So with the actual...
That's why you need tacos and burritos with it being an ethnic market.
That's right. So being in O Market, it puts us on a stage that we've never been on. And they, again, gracious people that have a kitchen and something available. And again, I'm a little different. So I can look at that space and say, I can do a restaurant out of this place.
Yeah.
Other people, maybe not.
Because they're going the more traditional restaurant route.
But I'm not, although we've grown every year, we've done well, our numbers are fantastic. It's one of those things like, we're ready for the next move, but I don't want to sign a 10-year lease and something crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have a lease and it's great. And it's one of those things where this is going to be a win-win for both.
Right.
So I hope I can, whatever I get out of this, I hope I can return for them. Like whether it's people coming in to shop, they don't know that place, they're coming in, and vice versa.
I live right here and I didn't even know it was there until like a year ago.
Right? So, hey, imagine how people, when they find us, and they live across the street.
Yeah.
So,
they get a lot of foot traffic for sure. So,
They do. And I think, we're right on the way out, like deep in it, but like we have, you're going to know that we're there.
Okay. Nice.
It's,
where do you see like the longer term vision for it? You want to open up multiples of these across just stick in Northern Virginia?
So
obviously, so you can manage it or oversee.
So I think, excuse me, as long as we can grow where it doesn't compromise.
Yeah. On quality and integrity and everything.
Yeah. So like I want to do something a little bit different, a little bit special. I think we could be America's favorite takeout restaurant.
Okay.
So if Jeff Bezos comes in and says, "Hey, we can run these out of Amazons."
Okay.
You team up with DoorDash.
Oh, okay.
Right. We can open these up fast and cheap because the floor print. Again, envision a box.
Like what? Yeah. What's the square footage that you need to be able to?
1,000 square feet.
Okay.
And we're that's a prep area and that's a full kitchen.
Wow.
And we're pumping anything you want out.
Yeah.
So, it's one of those things. It could blow up, but I don't want to blow up to blow up.
Right.
Like I want to leave something behind. I've done this for a while. So, people do. You work on the railroad. You do this. You build that. Like, what am I doing? Like, what kind of legacy am I going to leave in general? Like, I want to impact someone's life. I want to impact a line cook that has a family that can do much better. But if they can just take a chance, because you already know how to cook.
Right.
So come on, let's go. We can build these cheap, and then other people get opportunities. So, because it's a cheap floor plan, if you will, like cheaper than a brick and mortar, if you will. Yeah, you still have to go. You have to put the hood system. And you got to do all your equipment fair, but I'm cutting like 2/3 of the cost out of the whole equation just by doing takeout. But can it survive just takeout? It's kind of one of those things. Like,
I mean, it has so far.
It has so far, but bigger, right? It might evolve into somewhat of a seated area, if you will. But I need technology behind it.
Okay.
So
what?
So I need more of the mayor of the dining room, and like support, like not servers. You're still going to do things at the table, right? So it's got to be technical, because I'm not bringing all this staff in. I can't get the staff. I just got staff now because I moved to another market. You know how hard it is to try to get somebody to cook in Haymarket? Like I didn't have a staff, so we're getting a staff now. Okay. So it's very different. So, I don't know. It's just.
Will there be seating at this one? And
so slightly.
Yeah, just like if you're on the go, sort of.
Well, there's kind of seating in the.
Yeah, they have like a little court, right?
Little, like a little food court. But again, I was talking to Ben today about this too. So, when you think about the growth of a company, or you think about where you're going to go, it's also to like. What I see us, we could be a more of a sit down, if you will. But there, like I said, there's that technology. I don't want servers doing it. I need someone controlling the flow. But I think the only thing that is what's missing from Ghosted is being able to see your chicken shack sandwich, deluxe with the coleslaw, on a plate. Because everybody sees it wrapped. Okay. But when you see it, when you see a Reuben coming out with all that meat on there, and it you get it at home and it's great and you love it, but seeing it on a plate walking by somebody.
My wife's a food photographer. If you need help,
hey man, we might have to talk a lot more.
Yeah. So that's kind of the vision you have now. So if you were going to do something that wasn't takeout, would it be just maybe that Italian one that you dreamed about, like redoing something like that later down the road?
Maybe. I thought about a steakhouse. I think this area needs a really good steakhouse.
That's not Outback.
Yeah, that's not out. So I will give hands down credit to Outback, but they're going to also own. They're also going to own what they've done. So let's go back to 1995 when I joined them.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So my first job, Chuck E. Cheese.
Nice.
General manager from Chuck E. Cheese left and took me with him to Outback.
Okay.
And I think that's what kind of did it for me. Outback was the greatest restaurant ever built. Yeah. In the history of restaurants.
I mean, it's still good. I like something more unique.
It is.
Especially like a mom and pop sort of place, or, someone that I know the owner instead of I'm never going to meet anyone that started Outback. I mean, I know the owner of this one, or the franchisee or whatever. She's really nice. But still, like, I like when, the owner or the chefs or whatever are actually making their own new things and their own specials, and you can try different stuff. You don't get that at chain restaurants.
No, but
really.
But going back to that time frame though, because there wasn't all these restaurants then.
True.
So that's what people have to understand. There wasn't this many. Yeah. So I give credit only because of the standards. They taught me no rules, just right. Like, no excuses. If it's bad, it's wrong. Throw it away. So they built something in me. Okay. They a foundation that I hold them accountable today. Okay. Because they failed today. Okay. So you don't get that. There's no distinct, like, Outback was king back then. Yeah. They're just a restaurant. Yeah. So how Texas Roadhouse is taking over the steakhouse world. Yeah. I'm not looking for that kind of steakhouse. I'm looking for prime rib, like upscale steakhouse. I don't have to have $20 plates, but upscale. Just something different. Right. I thought about doing all kinds of stuff. I even thought about coaching football.
Really?
Because I think at the end of the day, it's I've done this for so long. It's like it's not now. I'm not necessarily getting tired of it, but I feel like there's something I can impact more. There's something else I can do to kind of have more of an impact, right?
Well, once these kind of get up and running and you can really rely on your staff a little bit more, frees up some of your time for whatever the next vision is, really.
Yep, that's correct.
So just like a quick lightning round sort of a thing, what's your favorite late night snack?
I'm a burger guy.
Burger.
I love a double cheeseburger.
Okay, double cheeseburger. All right. Anywhere in particular, or you make your own?
No, I don't make my own, and we don't sell burgers because that location is a little bit different. It's just, will I have a burger one day? Sure, but Sonic's has a pretty good double cheeseburger.
Okay. That's right down the street too.
It is. Don't like to give all these plugs out, but it's one of those things where if I had a bad day, and I'm an emotional eater, so so if I have a double cheeseburger, hey, I'm good to go.
Soothes your soul,
man. I'm telling you.
You get like a cherry limeade and everything.
No,
too?
I don't get fries, nothing.
Just the burger,
just the double cheeseburger.
You make me want that now for real.
Right.
So, what's like the most underrated ingredient in your kitchen or for your business that people don't like maybe notice?
Outside of passion,
yeah.
I'd say there's probably a couple. So like, oh man, I don't know. There's probably a lot. White pepper.
Okay.
So we use a lot of white pepper.
Okay.
It's one of those.
I don't even know if I've had that on anything.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
It's just one of those. There's one of those secrets out there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think just something that we make in house that's kind of unique is I think our Nashville.
Okay.
Our Nashville that goes over the chicken. Man, that is really good.
That's your own sauce?
So yeah, so I had a buddy when I was at a convention one year, and we were in Tennessee, and we had a 5-hour our flight wasn't for 5 hours, and he's like, man, you gotta come with me to lunch, and Raj, and I'm like, come on, man, let's just go to the airport. We can get food there. He goes, man, no, seriously, like you have to go with me here. So we went to Hattie B's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we ate like pigs. Like we got all this chicken and stuff, and it was the best chicken I ever had in my life.
Yeah.
So then when we came back, like we tried different things, and then eventually we came up with our own. And Ben just went. Actually, he was on vacation last week, and he got back, and I was like, "Yo, so like, did you go to Hattie B's?" He goes, "Hey, man, I'll be honest with you. Like, I think ours is better."
Really?
So that's all we want to do is kind of give credit to places that like Nashville Hot. Yeah. Like if you're going to do Nashville Hot, then have the respect to do it. Like there's a lot of places trying to do it, and I think they've missed the boat. And they need to stop doing it because I think we're doing it right. And
what makes it right in your eyes?
So I think it's what I know is it should be an oil based, and it should soak into the chicken.
Okay.
So if it doesn't do that, then I don't know if it's Nashville.
Yeah, instead of just putting a sauce on it.
Right. So I'm not from Nashville, so I don't know. I'm going by of my experience I had.
Right.
And everybody says they love it. So
I was just there a couple months ago, and there's a lot of good food down there.
Yeah, there is.
A lot of good food. So if you were gonna have like your last meal, what would it be?
Now it'd be
Nashville hot chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd probably be the spicy Nashville Hot Deluxe.
Okay.
So that's the award winner. It has a coleslaw on it. It's a damn good sandwich, man.
That's awesome. So that's kind of wrapping up most of my questions. So tell people how they can find you.
Yeah,
so where you're located, address and all that.
Yeah, so Facebook, Instagram, at ghostlyconcepts.com, at cookiesandcreamshop.com as well for the ice cream. And then we're at 164,500 Washington Street in Haymarket, Virginia. And then 7412 Streamwalk Lane in Manassas coming up soon. So
I'll put that all in the description and everything once we put this out. So, well, thanks for joining me today, dude.
man,
it's a great conversation. I can't wait to try some more of your food.
Cool. Thank you. I really appreciate you having us. Thanks, man.